Hello, Farmer Amy here on the Urban Farmstead, and today we're going to talk to you about hurricane preparedness. Now, I know there are a lot of lists out there, but the things we're going to talk about may not necessarily make the top lists. However, we find that they are very helpful to us, and we think they might be helpful to you. So, first thing we're going to talk about is water, and everybody talks about drinking water, which is definitely important, but we have a well pump, which means that we need water for other things, like washing your hands, washing dishes. Those are important things. So that's why we like these containers here. They are collapsible containers. They have handles on the top and on the side, which make it easy for them to be moved. They are completely collapsible, as you can see with this one that is empty. And they have this nice little spout on the front, which means that you can hang them over the side of the sink like this, turn the spout, and then you have the ability to wash your hands or wash dishes. So one other thing we've found though with these is it's important to refresh those like once a year when you're doing your hurricane preparedness. We're not drinking out of them, so it doesn't make as big of a difference, but still just keep the water fresh and refresh it at least once a year. Now the next thing for you is this little light here. Now it stays plugged in constantly. You can see that it's currently turned off, but as soon as I unplug it, the light pops on. This comes in very handy if we lose power, because then you have light in different rooms. So we have them strategically placed throughout the house, and it has this little button on the front, which means that it is, and it's because it's been plugged in, it's automatically been charged, and it's a ready to go flashlight for us. So we love this little device. And then the last thing I have for you is, you know how important on this farmstead coffee is. So every time we are expecting a really big storm and potentially going to lose power, I go ahead and I brew us a big pot of coffee. I know I can make it even after we lose power. However, it is so much easier to have a nice full pot, keep it warm, and then if we do lose power, we can either throw it on a camp stove or something like that, just warm it up real quick. Now I'm going to pass you over to Farmer Mike, and we're going to go outside and see his tips.
So whenever we're preparing for a big storm, one of the first things I like to do is check the generator and make sure that it's running. So the first thing I do is I check that I have enough fuel to last at least 2 to 3 days. We've been as long as 8 here in Connecticut without power after a big storm. So make sure you have enough fuel, whether it's gas or propane, depending on what kind of generator you have. And then the next thing we want to check is you want to make sure that you have oil in your generator. If it's an older generator, make sure that you verify that you haven't run it low on oil. And then make sure that you have the right size generator. This here 4,500 watt generator is for our RV, and it can run the entire RV. But you really,
and the well pump.
The well pump. And you can run many other things with it. You don't necessarily need something this big. It's more of an expensive generator, but if you want to run just one fridge, because it's important to keep your frozen goods frozen over times of power outage, you really only need a smaller generator. So make sure you do your research and you pick the right generator. And then finally, you want to test run it and make sure that it actually will run for you. Especially if it's been sitting around for a while, they tend to freeze up over time. Looks like we're good with this one. So once you do a test run on it, maybe plug something into it, make sure it works, you can secure it for the storm. Next thing that we do here on the Urban Farmstead is we go around and check all of our plants. And as you can see here, we have some nice tomatoes that are ready to be harvested. So we pick our tomatoes. And the reason why it's important to do this is before a storm is if you've been procrastinating your plants full of nice ripe fruit like ours is here, that puts extra weight and extra stress on the plant that it'll have to bear through the entire storm. And you may end up with tomatoes all over your yard or whatever fruit it is, and then you might end up with tomato weeds on your lawn. Not that that's ever happened before, has it?
Not that it's ever happened.
No.
Maybe a few times.
So go pick your fruit, make sure that you store it in the fridge that's run by your generator. And then finally, one last thing is you might want to make sure with stocked fruit like peppers or corn that you build some kind of windbreak. Now, one of the quickest ways to do it is to put your tractor or your truck in front of the field, and that way the wind will be broken up that's going over it. or you can go through the trouble of making building an actual windbreak.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what we got for now. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section down below. Hit the subscribe, like, notification bell, do all that fun Facebooky stuff. Let us know what you think.
Absolutely. Stay safe. Until next time, guys. Thanks for joining us on the Urban Farmstead. Bye-bye.